Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's Golden Drop Call. If you are part of the FTC or the FDA or the FBI or the CIA, just know that we're not here to prescribe anything. We are here as a group of essential oil users to teach each other and share with each other how we are using those products in our lives to better them and to better other people's lives, and to really learn how to be more effective with these things in our lives. So I guess those of you who know Sharon know that she's not on the call right now. She has another call to do. So I was asked to kind of be the leader on this call today. And probably like most of you, I don't do this much. So know that you have an opportunity to do this as well. And I hope that you will not wait for Sharon or Renee to ask you, and just go ahead and notify them that you would like to lead this call at some point in the future. It's a good opportunity to practice your presentation skills and also to share what you know and what you've experienced in a different way. So I guess I would start off this call with my own experience. As you're thinking about things that you want to share, we are actually not at home this week or most of this month, and I'm sitting here back very close to where we used to live in Chandler, Arizona, on the ground by a tree, trying to avoid the jackhammers. So hopefully you can hear me clearly enough. And we were on the road yesterday, and I got this kind of sensation in my nose, which I get occasionally when I'm, for example, coming down with something. And I asked Sharon, do we have any On Guard in the car? And we didn't have any On Guard oil, which is, I'm not going to go into the history of On Guard. I think many of you on the call, fly is really annoying. I'm not going to go into the history of On Guard, but it's a blend that's been around for hundreds of years and used by people to avoid getting sick. And this was before they even understood anything about bacteria or viruses. They just used this stuff because they saw, hey, wait a minute, we put this on, kind of helps to protect. And it's a blend of cinnamon and clove and some other things. So we didn't have any of this, right? So in a bottle, but what we had was, and I'm not sure that I still have them with me. No, I left them. What we had was a bottle of beadlets, which have the same blend in them. And so what I did is, as I was driving, probably wasn't the safest thing, but I wasn't able to get much assistance at the time. So I actually took one of the beadlets and crushed it in my hand and used a finger to shove it up at the base of my nose. And I got basically an immediate effect. And I feel great today. My voice is a little weird today because we slept under air conditioning for the first time in a year last night. But I feel great, and it like took care of the little feeling I had. And I think it's awesome that I have something like that in my life that helps me to just take care of it myself immediately and not wait and not like have the consequences of getting a runny nose and getting a stuffy head and all that nonsense. And there you go. I mean, it's such a blessing in my life. And, I look back to the times when we cycled through all that nonsense. Now, it's not that we don't get sick ever, but sure has happened a lot less frequently for us the last few years. So I'm very thankful. So there you go. I guess what I would ask is, for those of you who are on the call, do you have any experiences with this particular blend? And then we could go on to other points after that.
I don't see any questions, Jason. Does anybody have anything that they want to add?
No, well, I don't have anything I want to add, but hi, Jason, this is Andrea. Tell me, I guess I just missed it. What was it that you used instead of On Guard?
On Guard beadlets.
Oh,
so it was On Guard. Yeah. So what I did is, I'd never done this before. but I've used the beadlets, just throw them in my mouth every once in a while. But what I did is since I wanted the On Guard blend, I just crushed a beadlet in my hand and used the blend.
That is awesome.
Yeah, Jason, when you actually said it, it kind of beeped out, so everybody kind of missed it. So it's an On Guard beadlet.
Yeah.
Glad it wasn't just me. And Jason, these are awesome, and we use them in our house all the time because I have kids, and I don't know that sometimes I will give them the On Guard Plus, soft gels if something like maybe really big is happening, but those beadlets are enough if something little is going on, that I can give them a beadlet in the morning and in the evening, and it typically knocks out whatever is happening. So
that's great. Yeah.
They're awesome. It's just a quarter drop, and I feel super good as a mama, to give it to my kids.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So I just wanted to ask a quick question because I didn't hear. I thought you didn't say that you shoved it up your nose, right? That's not what you said.
Okay, let me go through it again. Hopefully it'll be clear this time. I have no idea what's going on with the connection. It's all clear to me. So I took a beadlet and I put it in my hand in the car, and I crushed it with one of my fingers into the other hand, and then just used the oil. I took the oil on my finger and put it onto my nose, basically just inside my nose, where I was having that kind of early itchy feeling. It's that telltale sign to me that something's going on, and it knocked it out.
Okay. Cool. I couldn't use On Guard neat in my nose. It would burn the crap out of my nose. So I guess for some people they can try that.
I can't hear you very well.
Could you hear me? Could you hear me? No?
I can hear you clearer now.
Okay. I was just saying that I think that if I tried to put the On Guard in my nostril, like right in the base there, it would be too spicy or too hot for my nose. So maybe for someone who wants to try that, they'll maybe use a little bit of fractionated coconut oil, so it won't.
Yeah, you can do that.
Because that's inside your nostril is very sensitive. You have
Yeah.
I use my nose. Everybody's different. Everybody have different sensitivities.
Yes, you're right. You're right, and that's actually a very good tip for any oil topically, Maria. That it is a good idea to use carrier oil like fractionated coconut oil to dilute it to avoid creating a sensitivity, even if you don't have one yet.
Yeah, because you could totally develop a sensitivity if you overdo it sometimes.
So there is an On Guard Touch, for example, that comes already pre-diluted in a roller bottle. That's something that could be used. Or like you said, you can use the oil yourself to dilute it a little bit.
Yeah.
That's right.
Great tip.
You can also use on that note, lotion. I mean, like an unscented, pure lotion with the oil to do the same thing.
Cool. Thank you.
All right. Anybody else have any comments about On Guard?
Yes. Oh, this is Sherry Nimala. I don't have a comment on Guard, but I have a comment on the Melaleuca Touch. I use the Melaleuca Touch in my nostrils when I feel something like you described coming on, or a little bit of allergy sensation, and that has worked really good for me.
Okay.
The
Good.
touch blend of Melaleuca.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Melaleuca is also. Go ahead.
I was going to say, there's something about crossing over, like left pinky into right nostril, right pinky into left nostril. I've learned that crossover somewhere along the line over the years, and I don't know the scientific behind it. So if anybody does, please share.
I don't know either, but that's exactly what I did. So.
Okay. Yeah. There you go. We must have learned it somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
So yeah, Melaleuca is also very supportive to your body's immunity. Let's say so. That's really a good tip as well. All right, so let's move on. I mean, we've talked a little bit about trying to keep our bodies healthy in that sense, in kind of a direct reactive way. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to share? Any tips, any experiences they've had recently that they would like to share? Don't everybody jump up at once. You guys use oils, right?
You know what I think it is sometimes, Jason, that we all use oils, and I think we've heard so many, we're afraid to repeat the same thing over and over again. Like for me, like I'm not sure what has been shared.
Oh, okay.
Right. Here's something, I don't know, maybe it was shared before, but again, this is just me. I like frankincense is one of my favorite oils. It just means so much to me because of what it's done for my family, for cognitive health. But cosmetically, I come from a family that we love to produce these moles all over our face and our bodies.
Okay.
My grandma used to have a bunch of them. It would be like a constellation all over her face of moles, like skin tags and stuff. And what I found is frankincense is great for that, to support your body. So it helps your body to repair itself. So what I did is I just put the frankincense on the mole, wherever they're on my face, and it will just dry up and fall off. And I remember my sister.
Oh, okay.
My sister, she actually had like full-on surgery to have a mole removed, and she spent a lot of money on that, and they don't cover that unless they think it's maybe cancerous or whatever. But with the frankincense, skin tags and any kind of imperfections on the skin, it helps support your skin that way. And within like maybe a week or two, it will actually dry up and fall off and leave no blemishes on your skin. So I just love frankincense. Yeah. Plus it smells great. But that's how
it does. I really like the smell of frankincense. It is very unique and it's strong, but it's a nice smell. I really, really like it. And maybe that's because like my body needs it. I don't know, but I really, really do like it. And it is very powerful. And the other day, if I could jump onto that, I saw someone who was asking how to help their son who had a head injury. And that is another thing that frankincense helps with, is to, let's say, support the body's anti-inflammatory response. It's really powerful and can be used very powerfully in conjunction with other oils.
Absolutely. For me, I grew up Catholic, when I was really young, and so it always reminds me of, walking into a church and stuff like that when they're burning incense and things like that. So I just love frankincense. It brings back fond memories just smelling it, and it's definitely great for meditation and, like I said, cognitive health. I know that a lot of times if I'm feeling upset, it'll be one of the oils that I'll use for calming and just meditating and stuff like that, and it's really good for grounding as well. So it's an awesome oil. I think it's a lot of people's favorite oil. Although my husband hates the smell of it, he thinks it smells like wet dog.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, he just has to suck it up and smell it when I wear it. I don't care. He has to smell it.
That's a good point that you bring up. It is actually used also to affect people's emotional state. I know that people who, let's say, have trouble feeling up in their life tend to use it to
definitely good for lifting
to help that. Mm-hmm. To just be uplifted a little bit.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I I need some TerraShield right now because there's this fly that is thirsty. It keeps landing on me, but I don't have any. Anybody have some I can borrow? So yeah, that was a good one.
Thanks.
Anybody else?
Jason, we've had some allergies now that you're here. There's some pollen really thick in our air here, and every night I put breathe stick on my chest, and I do a breathe drop, and I wake up and I don't have that scratchy throat anymore. I don't have anything that's the allergy remnants of coming, lingering in. So that's what I do at night.
Okay, what did you do at night again specifically?
I do a breathe stick. I put the stick on my throat and my chest, and then I do a breathe drop right before I go to bed. And then I wake up and all that, that the remnants of allergies starting is gone.
Okay. So it helps to influence that reaction, you think?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. That's good. That's a good tip. Yeah. Another one that under the similar circumstances that I find helps me is to take the Trice capsules, which have lemon, lavender, and peppermint in them. Mm-hmm. And it seems to really help me to get beyond that reaction.
Yeah, I take those.
I have not. Mm-hmm. Do you? Okay. Yeah. I have not tried breathe at night, but that's a good idea.
Does anybody else have anything they want to add?
Okay, well, Renee, since you brought up breathe, I have a girlfriend here in Germany down the street from me, and her daughter has, since she was born, just been a little sniffly. And she started using breathe and a diffuser, and it has completely cleared up. I mean, her daughter's 6 in a couple of months, and they've been dealing with this her entire life. Her daddy's a holistic physician, and the breathe did the trick for them.
Oh, that's great.
That is awesome.
That's great.
All right, Jason, I think we're done if you want to close it up.
It sounds like we've kind of hit that point. So I really appreciate those of you who shared today and those of you who have just listened in and wanted to learn more. It's always good to learn more and understand how you can use these things more effectively in your life, and appreciate you being here. So I hope you have a good week. Join us next week.